I'm a frequent viewer of Bloomberg, and I've always thought that you are very much an economic outfit, but you want to drag me into politics by asking questions about an elections. Not that I'm shy to answer that, but I don't know how you expect me to answer that question, because first of all, you know that the chairperson is elected by the heads of state and government, and I'm not one. I cannot therefore make an evaluation of a situation that I don't have competence. I don't have the competence to be able to answer that. And so I am not sure that your question is appropriate in any way to me, but it's appropriate to other people. The heads of state and government will be here, ask them that question, and they will decide on that. And I hope I'm not being evasive or difficult, because surely you are not being fair to me by asking me that question.
As a member of the Commission, I thought it might be appropriate for you to comment on whether you think it's appropriate the Commission should be led by someone from a leading economic or political powers on the continent. I'm not suggesting you are a head of state or you're going to have a vote. I'm asking you about the appropriateness of a member of one of the leading economic powers leading the Commission.
I don't know which country you come from, but I would hate to think of any country where there are laws which say this one can be elected, this cannot be elected. All countries in Africa have one vote each, and an African can stand for election. So that's why it becomes very difficult for me to make that. And we operate in an area where there are rules and regulations which govern our elections. So I would want to avoid those kind of comments because I don't think they are appropriate to come from me. On terrorism, that our friend from Ethiopia television has introduced, it's a really challenge. In fact, what you're talking about is not only facing Ethiopia, but the entire continent. Because you know, right now, we have had to import goods at very high costs because of piracy. And of course, this is what the terrorists are thriving on. We have now, when you don't have functioning state, that's why when we had drought, it was serious in Somalia because we could not be able to get there to help people. And of course, the people of Somalia cannot even embark on normal life activities to go about in a normal way. And so, that's why you saw the other day, they abducted tourists in Kenya. And so it becomes a really problem for the international community, how to confront this. This is not a problem for Ethiopia. It is a problem of international community. And because of that, I want to use this opportunity, first of all, to thank the UN system that has agreed to step up force for us to confront the terrorist menace in that is coming as a result of what is happening in Somalia. As you know, that we are now in the process of making ourselves ready to implement that decision coming from the UN, increasing the forces from 10,000 to 17,000. But also beyond that, to recognize the challenges that we are going to have if the international community doesn't come around to support the countries, but also the rest of the international community, that we deal with the problem of Somalia once and for all. The problem of Somalia may manifest itself in all the things I've mentioned, but we need to go in so that we can help Somalia to have peace with itself. Then we can have peace for the countries to address other sectors like tourism, agriculture, which are also being affected, transport, and so forth, that are all now under the menace of the terrorists. A very important question that has been asked by a friend from the BBC on the lessons learned. This is a pertinent question. And I don't think one can answer it very quickly, but simply to say, all of you have watched on your TVs, all of you have followed what has been happening on the ground. It simply is an indication of the uprising by the people. For us, the lessons learned is we need to develop instruments that are adaptable. We need to be even more proactive. That's why we have put in place mechanisms like early warning, that you are able to read the signs. And once you read them, take advantage of those signals that come from the early warning system. Because if you don't, then these events will take you like a tsunami. And I think this is what has happened in North Africa. Because those who prepared and those who saw were able to use this movement as a tailwind and make changes and accommodate the aspirations, legitimate aspirations of the people. That our existence, our treaties, our constitutions gain legitimacy from the people. And when the people call for change, when the people call for greater space, I think it is the people who give us these privileges, and this is exactly some of the lessons that we have learned from the North, and many more. I think there will be many textbooks, there will be many historical books written about it, and there will be many commentaries made on it. But I think for now is, let us watch for the signs and take advantage of these signs and use them for our advantage and not necessarily to resist them. Thank you.